Are you looking for a high-paying, in-demand job even if you don't have a degree? Becoming a construction estimator could be the perfect fit for you. Some of the best estimators that I've worked with didn't start off with degrees. They started off working in the field as laborers or tradesmen. They did all have two things in common: a love of construction and a love of spreadsheets. They're the same people who can sit in a dark room for hours, entering data into Excel, or debate the best construction methodology to trench through a busy intersection with the best supervisors out there. In this video, I'm going to be showing you why becoming an estimator could be a smart career move for you, the skills you need to develop, and how to land your first job. Let's start with the why. Being an estimator isn't for everybody. You're going to be spending long hours staring at your screen, entering data into Excel, and you're also going to have to deal with the pressure of having your estimates torn apart by management, and on top of that, knowing that estimate you produce sets the budget for an entire job. When a project goes over budget, the first person everybody blames is the estimator. But there's plenty of upside as well. Estimators are an in-demand profession with average salaries over $90,000 US, and on top of that, you could even go start your own estimating consulting business or other sort of construction consultancy. Plus, even if you don't want to stay in an estimating job role for a long period of time, estimating is a skill that all construction business managers need to understand. Estimates set budgets for entire projects, so being able to prepare, review, and understand estimates is a critical skill for advancing in your construction career. So how do you break into estimating? Well, it fundamentally comes down to two things. You need to master the skills to estimate, and then you also need to be able to market yourself as an estimator. Let's start with developing the skills. To succeed as an estimator, there's three core sets of skills you need to master. The first one is you need a deep understanding of the construction process, how things are built. The second one is you need to understand how to prepare an estimate. So you need to understand the estimating process. And the third one is you need good soft skills like time management and communication. Don't worry, you don't need years of experience. You simply need the right mindset to pursue the right opportunities to learn these skills and then constantly be putting them into practice and action. To become an estimator, the first skill you need to develop is an understanding of construction, how things are built. This is fundamental to the job role of an estimator. If you don't understand how things are built, then fundamentally you're just a data entry person. To be an effective estimator, you need to understand how things get built. Whether it's piling, electrical systems, or earthworks, you need to understand the steps, the materials, and the activities in every construction activity. You need to be able to read and interpret different types of engineering drawings. Now, this is going to depend on the type of estimating you choose to pursue. If you're a civil estimator, you need to understand civil construction. If you're a mechanical estimator, you need to understand mechanical systems. The best way to learn this skill is to spend time on site, to see how things are built firsthand, to spend time on site as a laborer or trades assistant or other job role where you're working on site, you're getting exposure to different construction methods and practices, and you fundamentally see firsthand and learn the construction process. Importantly, this also applies to people with a university degree. Just because you spent 4 years at university doesn't necessarily mean you have any understanding of how things get built in practice. I remember my first job as a graduate engineer, and I was asked to prepare an excavation permit. I didn't even really understand what excavation was. It didn't really make any sense to me. They said they had to dig around surfaces in the ground, and I just couldn't picture what that actually involved. It wasn't until I went onto site, till I saw things happening, that things just click. It makes sense. There's no substitute for spending time on site early in your career. It's the only way to fundamentally understand how things get built. So once you understand how things are built, you understand the different construction methodologies and processes, the next skill you need to develop is you need to learn how to estimate. You can do this in parallel with getting your construction experience. Estimating is the process of taking drawings and specifications and working out how much it's going to cost to build them. It's taking a plan, a scope for the project, and turning this into a dollar figure. This means you need to understand productivity rates, materials, how to calculate the cost of plant. There's all these separate components that go into a construction estimate, and you need to learn the skills and processes it takes to develop an estimate. There's tons of different resources online to do this. There's lots of good YouTube videos out there. If you are interested, we've got a free 4-hour course on our website that goes through the estimating process and teaches you how to estimate. So if that's what you're interested in, I'll put a link in the description of the video. So where are you up to? You've learned the skills of how to estimate, and you understand the different construction methodologies and processes. You understand how things are built. Now, what do you need to do? You need to be able to market and sell yourself as an estimator. You need to convince a potential employer to hire you as a construction estimator. First thing you need to do is you need to package your skills effectively and add them to your CV. So if you worked on construction sites, so you understand the construction processes, make sure to note that down. Document the types of projects that you worked on. On top of that, if you've taken any course in estimating, make sure to note that down on your CV as well with any certificate of completion. You also want to note down on your CV any relevant soft skills to the job of an estimator. So time management, attention to detail, being a strong communicator. Put down demonstrations of these experiences so you can show that you understand the role of an estimator, the core skills, and you've got evidence that you can demonstrate these skills. The next question is, what jobs should you apply for? Start by looking for opportunities where you already work. So I've seen time and time again, blue collar people move into white collar roles. Companies tend to like hiring internally, even if it means going from blue collar to white collar. On top of that, they'll be able to ask people who already work for the company that'll be able to vouch for your reputation. If that's not an option, then focus on smaller companies. Smaller companies will be more likely to hire somebody without a degree, without necessarily experience as an estimator. You can reach out to the hiring managers or even the owners of the business. Often, if they're owners of small businesses, they'll value site experience and experience with different construction methodologies more than they will somebody with a degree, because they understand the value in knowing how things are built, understanding the practical side of construction. The path to becoming an estimator is relatively straightforward. It just requires effort and dedication. Learn the construction skills, learn how to estimate, and focus on applying for jobs at smaller companies where you can demonstrate your construction experience and they'll see value in that. Once you've got a job at a smaller company, over the course of your career, you can always move into bigger companies if that's what you want. It's not going to necessarily be an easy path. It will take time, effort, and dedication. But if it sounds like that's the type of job you like, then it'll be a rewarding career path. If you're keen to learn more, if you do want to learn how to estimate, then watch this video next because we'll walk you through the entire estimating process.